I want to be clear about something. If you're a Canadian like me and you drink Tim Hortons, what's happened with their coffee? Why is their coffee not good anymore? I don't understand. Anyway, the other thing that happened yesterday is carry forward content in Black Ops 7 got canceled. Now, as far as what that means, it means no operator skins, no weapons, no weapon skins from Black Ops 6 will carry forward into Black Ops 7. And for the majority of the people and the majority of the news that I have seen on this matter, people are positive about it. Now, of course, with that comes some negativity, and I wanted to look at someone who's typically negative about Call of Duty news and see their opinion on this. And the person that we have is, of course, Nero. Now, he made a video, said, wow, it actually happened. Activision backed down and gave in to fan demands. Now, I'm curious if he's positive about this, if he's negative about this, or where he goes with this whatsoever. So let's dive in. Quiet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
go.
back to the channel, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it actually happened. Activision and
That was like every YouTuber's response yesterday is, what had just happened? We actually won something.
Treyarch have backed down. They put out a statement, and it's all because of terrible...
Which, by the way, I was streaming yesterday, and I got, I wouldn't say so many, but at least 4 people that came into the stream who were furious that they did this.
Pre-order numbers, and of course Battlefield 6 coming out. We have a ton to go over here in this video today. We have everything from carry forward to Activision pulling a full 180 when it comes to Black Ops 7. We have a Treyarch dev essentially calling Call of Duty fans stupid, saying they can't count the 10, and then we have some Modern Warfare 4 leaks just in case you guys find that interesting. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump right on into it.
Wrangled it all into one.
First things first, Activision have backed down. Today they released your typical corporate apology tweet, starting things off with, first off, thank you. Call of Duty has all...
Okay, this is the same as the blog post. I was going to say, I don't think I saw this tweet.
It's been fueled by the community. Every match, every clip, every bit of feedback, you've shaped this franchise right alongside us. We know there's been a lot of conversation recently about the identity of Call of Duty. Some of you have said we've drifted far from what made Call of Duty unique in the first place. Immersive, intense, visceral, and in many ways grounded. That feedback hits home, and we take it seriously. Maybe they heard us all calling them Fortnite's creepy uncle. Well, here we see carry forward update, operator skins, and
Fortnite's creepy uncle is kind of hilarious.
Weapons from Black Ops 6 will no longer carry forward to Black Ops 7, but still work in Warzone. XP tokens and gobblegums will continue to carry over. Holy hell, ladies and gentlemen, they actually backed down from carrying forward cartoon characters, freaking American Dad and Beavis and Butthead and the Unicorn Farts and the Ninja Turtles and all that stuff into Black Ops 7. I never thought I would see the day, but that's not quite the full story, so let's go ahead and take a look at their explanation and why they're doing this in the first place. So after that tweet, Activision linked us a blog post, I'll put a link to it down there in the description, where they expand upon what they're changing and they continue to apologize and try to explain what's going on, right? So the funniest part of all this is none of this would have ever happened in the first place if it wasn't for how terribly pre-orders are doing right now, not to mention Battlefield 6 still blowing up, but regardless, a win's a win. So
I figured that Nero wouldn't mention that pre-orders of Black Ops 7 are now higher than Battlefield 6 on PlayStation. Now, that doesn't mean that all pre-orders are higher for Black Ops 7, because I don't think that's the case. I think on Steam, Battlefield's blowing it out of the goddamn water. But on PlayStation, traditionally the place where most people play Call of Duty, it's beating Battlefield 6 right now. But yeah, it's going to get decimated on PC.
In the blog post, we can see what's changing and why. Operators, operator skins, and weapons from Black Ops 6 will no longer carry forward into Black Ops 7. Even the good ones, even like the normal milsim ones, the things that people paid for that aren't outlandish or cartoony, even those things aren't carrying forward. But Black Ops 7 needs to feel authentic to Call of Duty and its setting. That is why Black Ops 6 operator and weapon content will not carry forward into Black Ops 7. Double XP tokens and gobblegums will still carry.
I have a feeling feeling I know where Nero's going to go with this. I have a feeling the next thing he's going to show on screen is going to be the pre-order bonuses. But let's see.
Forward, because we recognize your time and progression are important. This change only applies to Black Ops 7. Call of Duty Warzone is not affected, and all your Black Ops 6 content stays usable there. So,
which, by the way, I think is a good move. We'll come back to that.
okay, they're kind of reiterating what they said before. I do love the line of Black Ops 7 needs to feel authentic to Call of Duty and its setting. So ostensibly, they're admitting to us, yeah, Black Ops 6 was a dumpster fire, and we'd sell you guys anything to make a buck because, frankly, you guys kept on buying it. So, they basically just threw the whole 90s theme completely out the window.
So I think it's actually the opposite of that. I could be wrong. I don't think this all has to do with Black Ops 7. I think that over time, they ended up seeing in Black Ops 6 that people weren't buying these ridiculous bundles. I think they saw that, okay, like when we threw in one waifu bundle in Modern Warfare 2019, it was unique compared to everything else, so people bought it. But when we throw in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Seth Rogen and all of this stuff, no one really likes it. And I hope they've learned the same thing about premium events as well, because I think that actually ties into it as well. Now, as in regards to the theme of Black Ops 7, let's see if Nero's going to talk about it first.
It had nothing to do with the Gulf War or anything like that. But now that we're in the future with freaking robot dogs and wall jumping and all that stuff, suddenly they care about the theme and the tone of the game.
He is right about
for
this.
not buying it here, guys. Like, they act like they really care, but really it's all because of Battlefield and how bad those pre-order numbers are. If you did not pre-order Black Ops 7, you did a damn good job because you're a part of the reason why this is happening.
By the way, there's a rumor right now that the next one of these blog posts is going to state that there will be no disbanding lobbies in Black Ops 7. That's a leak. Take that with a grain of salt. Huge grain of salt, but
first place. After that, if we go back to the blog post, we can see your feedback matters. In Black Ops 7, bundles and items will be crafted to fit the Black Ops identity. We hear your feedback. We need to deliver a better balance toward the immersive core Call of Duty experience. A ton of feedback has already gone into Black Ops 7, and in the coming weeks, you'll hear much more directly from Treyarch. I'm actually interested to hear about that. And here's just some of the info you can look forward to from the studio. And then, of course, they basically just say that in September, they're going to cover the maps and the guns and the movement and zombies and prestige mode and weekly challenges, like basically all that stuff that we already knew about and has already been covered here on the channel thanks to all those YouTubers who were flown out to Treyarch last week. But the biggest thing was that very first line there, man. Freaking in Black Ops 7, bundles and items will be crafted to fit the Black Ops identity. This is what fans have wanted all along, a Call of Duty game that has its own identity and feels like a Call of Duty game. If I'm playing a
holy shit, guys, am I going to agree with Nero? Okay, so here's the thing, and here's the thing that I was hoping he was going to pull up. The pre-order bonuses. They are not what would make a lot of people happy. And what I mean by that is this. Okay, this is not what I wanted. Sure, I'll agree. This is not what I wanted, but this. If you look at these skins, or these, when you look at this, does this scream Black Ops? No, but this very clearly screams we have a theme, not a dream, a theme. And what I mean by that is you have like this kind of like blue kind of look when it comes to some of the skins. You have the down-to-earth old skins of Reznov, and then you have the more futuristic Ted, Reaper, Harper, Armor vibes. There is clearly a theme. If you're going to do a theme, stick to it. You're more than welcome to do these kind of old style characters. I guarantee you Alex Mason, I guarantee you Frank Woods are going to be in there because it's going to be, I think, a multiplayer that takes place in Alex Mason's memory, which if you're going to do that, do it, right? Like, bring back those characters and say this is in Alex Mason's mind and leave breadcrumbs to tell that story. That's fine with me. It's when all of a sudden his memory also has Teletubbies that we have an issue. Anyway,
Black Ops game, it should have that trademark Black Ops feel, that trademark Black Ops vibe that we all know and love. And the same thing's true with the Modern Warfare games because, back when time was, each game felt unique and within its own universe. But nowadays, it doesn't matter if it's Black Ops or Modern Warfare, hell, even Vanguard, it doesn't matter. They all kind of feel the same because they're all using the same engine and all the devs from all the studios are working on each individual game. Like, the games have kind of lost their identity. Like, if you go back to like the vibes that we had in like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, like it was very clearly Black.
He's definitely right that since they've switched to one universal engine, they all blend together.
It was so much different than what we saw in games like Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, the original ones. It was just, they were night and day different, and that's part of why Call of Duty did so well back then, was every year you had a different game, different universe, different developers. It was still the same franchise, but they all felt different, they all felt unique, and they all had their own identity. And somewhere along the way, pretty much ever since Warzone actually, and skill-based matchmaking, somewhere along the way there, we just lost that identity and we lost that feeling, and apparently they're going to try to go back to that, but I'll believe it when I see it. It does sound like they're trying to make COD feel unique again, which may be a win for Modern Warfare 4 moving forward, but the biggest question here is how much are they going to commit to this? Like, how grounded will these skins be going forward, or is this more or less just a way for them to try to bolster pre-order sales, because right now they're currently in the toilet? I actually have some really great comparisons I want to show you guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at that next. So when it comes to Black Ops 7, don't you guys think it's a bit weird that a game set in 2035 is the game that they feel like needs to be authentically Black Ops? I mean, Black Ops 2 was set in the future, and it felt like a proper Black Ops game, but then you look at the Black Ops 7 pre-order skins, and they aren't quite hitting the mark there, are they? The game is only set 10 years in the future.
Okay, so here's the thing, and here's where I think they're missing the mark with this, what he's saying. I should have waited. I should have known he was going to bring up the pre-order skins. I said he was going to. When it comes to Black Ops 2, that game was written so well and done so well that so much of it ended up coming true in the year 2025. Do we think this story is going to come real in 2035? Do we think that there's going to be a gas that makes you hallucinate? I guess there kind of is. But, like, do you see what I mean?
After Black Ops 2, but back in Black Ops 2, the operators looked like this, and thank you to Top Hand for uploading this video to YouTube. He has a full, like, 20+ minute video showing every multiplayer character within Black
really
Ops
cool.
2, like the skin and the movement and all that stuff. Like, it's really freaking cool, but as you guys can see, this is all very Black Ops. They're very grounded. They all fit the theme of the game. Freaking, you want to get paid? Move it! I remember hearing that all the time from these operators back when I played Black Ops 2. And then you look at the Black Ops 7 pre-order skins, which will be the form for which they expand upon when it comes to those bundles and the items that they mentioned earlier. And you can see that things probably aren't going to be all that different. I mean, cartoon characters are gone, sure. Ninja Turtles are gone, that's great. It's a step in the right direction, but the ultimate question is how much are they going to be listening to fans? Will skins and bundles moving forward in Black Ops 7 be more like Black Ops 2 with that whole Milsim kind of a vibe, or will they cave sometime after the dust is settled and make skins a lot more like the pre-order?
Wait till they introduce Black Cell. The Black Cell will be all funky right away.
Bonuses.
Robots,
I have a
things
feeling
like that.
the latter is going to be true. They are still a business at the end of the day, and we know how much money they make from Black Cell and all those freaking bundles and everything. So it will be interesting to see them sort of toe that line between fitting the Black Ops theme and then also making money from the brain rot player base that they've cultivated over the course of the past couple of years. I'm not talking about us, obviously. I don't think most people watching my channel even buy bundles or anything, but how many people have they cultivated over the years that are buying Black Cell every single?
I don't know. Like, so here's what's so surprising to me. When yesterday a bunch of people came running into chat and being like, I can't believe that they're not letting me use the things that I bought. First of all, they're letting you can in Warzone. Like, you can in Warzone. Like, which makes sense to me. It's a free to play game. Things can carry forward there. It actually makes perfect sense. This is the way they should have done it from the very beginning. That way the tie-in between the Call of Duty and Warzone actually makes sense. Everything carries forward in Warzone. New game, new game. But people are just mad, raging mad that they can't use their stuff moving forward. This has been like every Call of Duty game ever that has been the case. Like, ever. Like, from all time. Like, you bought Black Ops 2. It didn't carry forward into Modern Warfare 3 or Ghost or anything like that, or vice versa. So I don't know why that's so surprising to people. And I don't know. Like, it seems like this is the way that it should have been, and stated that this is the way that it should have been. Double XP tokens, gobblegums, things like that carry forward. Your weapons, operators, everything like that stays in Warzone, and we're going to be resetting it on this date. They don't have to say that, oh, with Modern Warfare 4, we'll be resetting it, because that would spoil the game that they're working on. But what they should do is they should say the next 5 years of Call of Duty will all be carried forward in Warzone, and at least have that plan carried forward. Because now we're just left guessing, okay, is it just going to be Warzone? What about next year? Is Black Ops 7 going to be carried forward into Warzone when Modern Warfare 4 comes out? We don't know.
single season. How many people are buying every single bundle, the roller coaster gun, the unicorn farts, all that stuff, right? These people have been conditioned to buy this stuff all the time. So if stuff like that is no longer
the whole point of me bringing that up is who's buying these things. Like, I don't know, like those people getting mad are like the 4 people who I guess are buying everything.
The game, are they going to move on? Are they going to stop spending money on the game? If they stop spending money on the game, how badly is that going to hurt Activision? And will that force Activision's hand where they say, you know what, screw all that, we're going to put the crazy skins back in the game because we made our lip service statement before launch, people bought it, they end up buying the game, and now we're just going to bait and switch everybody. You know, they could do that. They really could. And I look forward to them potentially expanding upon this later on, which they say they will be doing. But either way, at this very moment, a win is a win. And like most people, I am just happy that they have backed down. Now,
you know what, Nero? Good on you.
Make no mistake here, guys. It's not because they heard our feedback. It's not because they care about the Black Ops identity. It was not out of the goodness of their hearts. It was because of Battlefield 6 and the horrendous pre-order numbers.
I don't know if I agree about that. I think 95% of the developers at Treyarch or at any studio want their game to do well. One, they make money off of it. They make royalties off of the game that they make to a certain extent. And number 2, they actually care about the thing that they're making and they want people to actually enjoy it. So there's that. The thing number 2 is the higher ups, and generally speaking, those are the people that make the decisions, only care about the bottom line. And those are the ones that see the pre-order numbers. And yes, and you know what? He's probably right. Without Battlefield, it wouldn't have happened. But that's just because it shined a spotlight on this specific thing. The timing worked out.
So essentially, it's all thanks to us, right? It's all thanks to every single person who did not pre-order the game. It's all because of the people who hold Activision accountable. And honestly, it's so freaking vindicating because all the Activision defenders say is all we do is complain. Our feedback means nothing. Yet here we are, once again, having helped change the Call of Duty franchise for the better. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your role in making this happen.
Okay, I know this video is long. And I said the same thing in my video about it. I know this video is long. I don't know if Nier is going to say this. I don't think he is. Is there a part of anyone who thinks they did this on purpose? Just hear me out. This might be the tinfoil hat segment of the week this week on TWR. But it almost seems as though they did this so that they could take it away and as a way of marketing and gaining good faith, without removing skill-based matchmaking. Because in my video where I initially said, what can Black Ops 7 do to regain player trust? It was remove carry forward and remove skill-based matchmaking. So part of me and my like little freaking brain up here goes, well, if no one still pre-orders it, are they going to remove skill-based matchmaking? Because I'll tell you right now, I have not pre-ordered a Call of Duty game in forever. Because normally they give me a beta code. Like, I don't remember the last Call of Duty game I pre-ordered. I legitimately don't. I would pre-order the game if they said there's no skill-based matchmaking. If they like came out and said we're removing skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops 7, even if they said they're lowering it, I might actually pre-order just to be like, you showed good faith, I'll show good faith kind of thing. That's pretty much the only thing, and I don't think that's going to happen, but
I'm still waiting on the day when they finally announce the removal of skill-based matchmaking. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's one of the things they talk about later on. They've already kind of teased that a little bit, so we're just going to have to wait and see. But for right now, let's move on to the next story, which was actually the story I planned on covering here today until Activision came out of nowhere and dropped a freaking bombshell on us when it comes to carry forward. But remember back towards the beginning of the video when I said that a Treyarch dev called COD fans stupid?
Oh, I'm an idiot.
This image has been floating around the internet for the past couple of days, and when I first saw it, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I believe.
Oh, Matt Scrance was the one that said it. Really?
At this day and age, nothing is too outlandish when it comes to the Call of Duty franchise. I would believe that to be a direct quote, but being the good little YouTuber I am, I decided to do some more research, and it turns out that is not a direct quote.
Okay.
But it's pretty much what he said, so let's go ahead and take a look at that next. So when it comes to create class in Call of Duty, it's almost universally agreed upon that Pick 10 was amazing and it should return to the series. If you played Black Ops 2 back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. It was really freaking good. That system offered so much variety and customization for classes, yet it was simple, effective, and oftentimes it was quite powerful. It was like the perfect system. Well, during the Black Ops 7 reveal, Treyarch's design director Matt Scrance sat down to talk with comicbook.com about the game, and the topic of Pick 10 was brought up. In response, here we can read, Pick 10 is...
Honestly, websites like IGN and comicbook.com and stuff have been asking awesome questions in their interviews this year. I will say that.
Debate we have every single game, and some people on my team just like want us to do it so bad, said Scrons. We talk about it all. We haven't went back to it yet because I'm not convinced it's better. I think there's
That's the quote. I'm not convinced it's better. Who are you?
Argument to be made that there's trade-offs, but at the same time, now I have put a little bit more thought into my loadout creation. I have to do a little bit of math, and I'm thinking about all the players who play our game and how it is right now, where I just go in and I just click, click, click and fill up the slots, right? It's a very easy thing to do. Now, that's not to say we won't revisit the concept of a pick 10, but I think where
pick 10 is so simple if you make a good UI, and it just seems like Call of Duty is incapable of doing that.
We're at right now, we're doing exactly what makes perfect sense for Black Ops 7.
Well, we don't know what that is yet.
It's not quite the quote that's going around, but it's basically the same thing. They're worried about players having to do math. It's freaking 10 points. That's it. Like, they don't want players having to put a bit more thought into their loadout creation.
Can you count to 10?
I remind you guys that just a couple of years ago, we had to tune attachments to like the 10th degree. Like, I don't know.
That's a good point.
Know what he's saying here. Thankfully, they did get rid of that old system from Modern Warfare 2, but what we have here in Black Ops 6 really isn't much better. The classes are streamlined, sure, but there's still so much bloat when compared to the classic Black Ops 2 Pick 10 system that we had back in the day. Back then, you just had 2 attachments. That was it. 3 if you chose Gunfighter as a wild card. In Black Ops 6, we have up to 5 attachments by default, and what do half of these things even do? Just look at the barrels here, man. We have vertical recoil, horizontal recoil, recoil stabilization, first shot recoil control, kick reset speed. Like, what are we even doing here? Again,
I get it. I think they could do in each of these 3 to 4 attachments in each section, including optics.
I do want to reiterate one more time, this is better than what we had in years past, but we're still at a point where those average players that he's talking about, the people that don't want to count to 10, they end up doing one of 3 things. Number A, they just pick whatever and they don't care. Number B, they watch somebody like J-God or Ace break down the differences between recoil stabilization and kick reset speed and then make an informed decision for their class. Or number C, and this is more likely by the way, they just copy and paste the first Google result for best class.
And guess what? They're making it so that next year you can just copy and paste a code into your game, and that code will give you the same weapon build that you're seeing on screen, which by the way, I do think is a good idea. But that's going to make, like, I don't know how, like, Who's Immortal, for example, like my friend Zach, he does videos on like the best loadouts for Warzone all the time, like every single season. Now, people are just going to skim through the video, go to the section where they show that, and just copy and paste the code.
Setups in Black Ops 6.
So I don't know how he's going to make that a business anymore.
The Black Ops 6 system is much more convoluted than what we had back during Black Ops 2 because Pick 10 was simple and so were the attachments. Do you want less recoil? Add a grip. There's only one grip in the game and that's it. You just pick it and you're done. Do you need more ammo? Well, try Scavenger or maybe try Extended Mag. It was like just so simple, yet offered more flexibility to players. And I'm not sure about you guys, but most of the time, perks are almost irrelevant in Call of Duty anymore. I mean, I just run around with the same perks on every single match pretty much. The only real choice when it comes to my perks in a game like Black Ops 6 is, do I want Ghost on this class or not? Like, that's pretty much it. So I don't know, just the arrogance of players having to do math and I'm not convinced Pick 10 is better is laughable at best. And mind you, this is the guy making some of the big decisions over there at Treyarch, which I definitely think reflects perfectly on where Black Ops 6 is right now and how it got there to begin with. Next up, and to finally wrap up this video,
side note, I thought Matt Scrons worked at Infinity Ward. Maybe I'm an idiot, but
here today we have a roundup of leaks for Modern Warfare 4. We've been getting them periodically here and there, but here we can see them all being compiled together. And should these be true, Infinity Ward just needs to close as a studio and just never make a game again, because we can see that right now anyway. And of course, this is very subject to change. Modern Warfare 4 will not have Omni movement. That's a good thing. Slide canceling will return. No melee slot. That's interesting. No ADS while sliding. Tactical sprint will return.
Oh no. No ADS will, so they're just trying to slow it down completely.
Visual recoil will be
Nobody
on par
wants
with
that.
Modern Warfare
Nobody
2,
wants that.
and DMZ is returning. Like
DMZ returning is fantastic. I want that. Why? What's with them in the goddamn visual?
Obviously, fans are not very happy with a number of these leaks, but we're still very early on. That game isn't set to come out for well over a year, but I figured I would cover those leaks regardless. But something that is coming out pretty soon is Black Ops 7, and according to the Ghost of Hope, his sources are telling him that a new Warzone Resurgence map will be coming out with Black Ops 7 Season 1. It will apparently just be an expanded version.
Okay, I need to know who thinks this is a good idea. Like, who actually came up with this and was like, okay, we're going to put a new Resurgence map out with Season 1. We saw how that went with Area 99. It went so blazingly well, we need to do it again. What should we make it? Oh, yeah, the thing that everyone argued about. Oh, no. It's the most played zombies map of all time. People will love it. It's just like, ooh.
Of the Liberty Falls Zombies map. And while Zombies fans might be interested in that just from a exploration perspective, from what I've seen, no Warzone fans are excited about this. And do you guys remember Area 99? Like, they hyped that map up to the high heavens before the launch of Black Ops 6, and I'm not even sure it's available in Warzone anymore. Like, if it is, it's on like a rotational basis or something. Like, I can't remember the last time anybody has even talked about Area 99. Like, it's a forgotten map essentially, and this looks like it might end up being the same thing. I don't know. I'm not a Warzone guy. You guys know that, but I'm just covering the news for those of you who might care a little bit about Warzone. But it seems like they are going to continue to delay Avalon over and over, and I have a feeling that once it does finally come out, it's not going to live up to expectations because fans have waited for so long and it keeps getting delayed. Just there's no way it's actually going to be as good as fans hope it's going to be, you know what I mean? So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see how it all plays out. The same way we're going to have to wait for even more announcements to come from Activision and Treyarch.
All right, you want my prediction? Here it is. I think Nero's going to end the video here anyway. Here's my prediction. Black Ops 7 comes out. We get Endgame. Endgame gives you an open world experience on Avalon. People reasonably like Avalon. So what they're going to do, and I think this is what they're setting up right now, is Verdansk 2025 is in David Mason's brain. That is why he sees these butterflies everywhere. That is why the stadium got blown up by a space laser. It might even take place in 2035. And that is why all of like these kind of like breadcrumbs about the old Easter eggs are coming up. These notes are all around. Now the Mrs. L thing I haven't figured out yet, and if you know what I'm talking about there, you know what I'm talking about. But maybe a future video. And I think they're gonna like have a transition where David Mason goes from dreaming about Verdansk to dreaming about Avalon, and that is how we move into Verdansk. That's why there's all the old skins. That's why all the crazy stuff is able to stay in Warzone, because it's not real. Just a prediction. I don't know if that's going to be true. But anyway, I'm happy with no carry forward. I have some questions about it. I have a question of whether or not it was planned or not. What do you think? But yeah, that's the truth. My truth, at least. This is my truth. I don't know about your truth, but this is my truth about carry forward.